What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Rewind Podcast. I'm Brian. This is Audrey. Audrey, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. Audrey is a member of the Rewind team. She started at Rewind about a little bit over a year ago, and she's gone through quite a transformation, so we just wanted to have her on the show to discuss it. She started when we started tracking this at around 35% body fat. Now she's around 20, so 15% change, which is exceptional, much healthier. So overall, give us a little background on your health, where you're at, and then talk about how it feels now to be so much healthier.
So I've been on the health journey for probably a year-ish now, give or take some. It hasn't been easy, but it hasn't been super hard by any means. And I don't know, it's just a journey that I'm going to have to keep on.
A lifelong process, right?
Definitely, but I feel a lot better. I mean, a lot has changed, like mentally, physically. It's just overall been like a game changer for me in all aspects of life. So yeah, I'm super happy about it all.
All right, so I think the first step was when we gave you a body composition in around July, and then we went ahead and ran some lab work to see where you're at sort of hormonally. That was the beginning of the process, 35% body fat. And then we found out that you're low in some areas, and so we sort of started you down a health plan. Mm-hmm. What products, if you want to just touch on them, have you taken over the last year? And then we'll briefly touch on, We'll do more detailed videos on sort of the pros and cons of each. Well, there were many cons, but to just sort of touch on them.
Yeah.
And then we'll have longer videos on each of those products. So what products did you take?
Yeah. So all of the products that I did were kind of like here and there, as needed. But I did some testosterone cream, Tirzepatide, and then CJC Ipamorelin.
And a little bit of Semaglutide too, right?
Yeah. Yep. And then all of those types of medications in combination with supplements.
Yeah. I think what we found out that you were low in a couple areas, and a couple supplements helped, vitamin D, thyroid, maybe B12. Mm-hmm. And so it's overall a balancing of all of those different issues. What would you say were some challenges that you faced throughout the last year?
Like when it comes to...
Well, just getting in shape. Like, I know it seemed a little bit difficult at first. And
yeah, I think the biggest challenge was just accepting the fact that I was not healthy, and like the way my body looked was not how it should look. That was probably the biggest challenge. And then just consistency, because that's key in all of this, is staying consistent. So every single day, like being accountable.
I think you used the line with me once about you thought that you had just moved into your woman body from your college body. Maybe you can touch on that a little bit.
Yeah, I was just like pretty complacent with how I looked. I just thought that was what it was. Like, when you start to age and things change, they don't have to change by any means, but I was under the impression that like, the way my stomach looks now, my thighs, like that's just part of like, me getting older, and like that's just how it has to be. But
you don't feel that way now, right?
No, I was like, I don't know what was wrong with me and why I was thinking that. It was probably just a big fat excuse. No pun intended.
What do you think about the strength training aspect of the program? I know now you were telling me the other day that you're doing those little thing. I don't know what it's called, but like some type of thrust for the booty.
Oh yeah.
But how much you've gotten stronger. So where did you start? Where are you at now?
Yeah, I think getting in shape in general, like strength training, is so crucial. Like that is just probably one of the key pieces of it all. So I've gotten a lot stronger through all of this. The exercise I was talking about is a hip thrust.
Oh yeah, hip thrust.
So, when I first started that, I would maybe use like a little 20-pound dumbbell and just place it over my like hip area and do whatever. But literally, last time I talked to you, I was doing like 100 pounds, but I just worked out that same exercise like 2 nights ago, and I was able to do 145 and really push myself. So I'm definitely getting stronger, strength training.
Yeah, that's
It's
pretty
a
sick.
play.
That's pretty
Yeah.
amazing, right?
Yeah.
Don't you take great pride in getting that strength? It's sort of addictive.
Yeah, definitely. Like when I was loading up the weights, because I did do it on the Smith's machine because it was so much. I didn't have anyone there to help me, whatever. When I was loading up the machines, I was like, wow, I've gotten like pretty strong. I wouldn't have even been able to pick up the 45-pound thing to slide it on when I first started all of this.
Yep.
And now I'm hip thrusting it.
Yeah, that's sick. We're going to share her body comp with you guys right about now. She started, like I said, around 34% body fat. In one of the body comps, around 19. She gained about 10, 11 pounds of muscle, dropped about 22, 23 pounds of fat, which is incredible. But it was really only about a 12, 13 pound weight loss. So it's not about weight loss. It's more about recomposing the body. I like to say that getting healthy and working with us, and then you could tell me if you agree with this, but I think it's really a pretty simple formula. We can optimize hormones. Then we have to have strength training and exercise that play a big role. You have to have the right diet and, start to eat the right way. And then I'll call the last leg of the chair accountability, which is being accountable, making sure you're getting your workouts in, being consistent, walking 10,000 steps a day. So what do you think from those sort of 4 aspects? Do you think that's boils it down pretty simply?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what was it? Walking.
Well,
Steps,
first was hormones.
Diet, hormones.
Hormones. So hormones, I think, help to add muscle. So when you take a look at when you were taking the testosterone, that was right around the time that you built most of the muscle mass.
Yeah.
And then, that speeds up the metabolism. I think we've used semaglutide and Tirzepatide sort of sparingly, but to sort of kickstart you in a couple different areas when you're struggling with diet. So that sort of helps control the diet a little bit. And then, the accountability side of things.
That was the 4th one.
Yeah, which is really tracking the workouts, getting the 10,000 steps a day and doing all the things, the small things well. And then that just leads to excellent health. And,
Definitely.
And so if you look back at it, because we would review your body comp almost weekly for a while, you could always tell when you weren't strength training. You could always tell when the diet was off. You could always tell when the, exercising was off.
Yeah.
And so, if you look back on it, was it really that hard? I mean...
No, it's not hard. And like once you start to feel and see the changes, it's like, it's easy because you want to do it. I would say at the beginning of all of this, it really wasn't something I wanted to do. But once I started seeing changes and feeling them, it
Plus,
was like a priority.
You have some great before and after pictures also, right?
Yeah. I mean, any photo of me taken from like 2020 up until 6 months ago is a good before photo. And then the after ones, like I was talking to one of our clients the other day, like it takes a while to come to terms that like you're getting a lot better body than what you used to have. So I'm still working on taking like after photos and like feeling
confident about it, knowing sort of like you realize that you weren't.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of a mind thing for sure, but I don't know. I like how I look now.
Yeah, you look so much better, so much healthier, so it's fantastic.
Yeah, and then when you compare the photos, it's just like, I don't know, it's just rewarding and you feel really good about yourself and what all you've accomplished.
Why don't you briefly touch on some of the lifestyle changes that you've encountered or sort of incorporated in the past year?
I would say diet was huge. Just changing the way that I ate and really focusing on protein. That was huge. And, of course, like shifting from vegetarian to what I do now. And then...
What about the going out, alcohol consumption, those type of things? Shifting over a little bit?
Definitely. I think I was even just talking about this with someone that like before I started focusing on my health, I realized how little I was doing for myself in life. Like I felt like I was just going out, doing things to be doing things, but none of it was like watering myself, like helping myself to grow.
Yep.
But then when I started down this whole health journey, I realized like how important it is to spend time on yourself and like nurture and treat yourself and take care of yourself.
Yeah. I think people are used to spending money on going out, spending money on clothes and those type of material things.
Yeah.
But they are not used to investing in themselves.
Oh yeah. It's been, that whole aspect of all of this has been like really, really great for me. And I've also just realized how, when I started getting healthy, how much more I like matured mentally, like just realizing what's important in life and like things that I, like are actually of value to me. And I don't know, I think all of that started happening and like those shifts in mindset when I started getting healthy.
Yeah. Well, nothing tastes better than having great abs and a great body. That's the way I think of it, right?
That's fair.
So clothing wise, one of the things that I think is like interesting about clothes is like, you know, when you're out of shape, because I did this when I was out of shape, you buy clothes to like hide the fact that you're not in shape, to make you look good. And then, like I said, so you're spending a lot of money trying to look good and you're going out a lot, spending a lot of money, you know, just doing things that aren't adding value to your life. And then when you start investing in yourself, you feel better, you look better, you have more confidence. And so now you have to, I know you went shopping this past week, and the clothes you're buying now are totally different than the clothes that you were buying back then. And you're fitting in clothes better, right? You feel like you look better.
Definitely.
And so it's like unfortunately you have to do a total wardrobe replacement.
Yeah.
But it's well worth it and sort of rewarding, right?
Yeah, I mean, even some of my clothes that don't fit anymore, I'll like go to put them on and I'm like, wait, this isn't even like something I would want to wear even if it did fit, just because of how much I've changed as a person throughout all of this. And then shopping now is like, it's actually fun because I used to just like definitely get things for like very like in the moment type of, I don't know, like if I was going out or like it was very much buying for the occasion, whereas now like I don't do any of that because that's not of importance to me. So just like
more classic style type of things that will be timeless.
Like, definitely. And like, I don't know, it's also like this weird thing about when you start to get in shape, you realize how much more people respect you and you respect yourself because you just have this like new profound confidence. So like you're not seeking validation all of the time, so you don't have to wear like the most like revealing, attention seeking type of clothing, and can just wear like what you like, and you're not so focused on others because you feel so confident.
Yeah. We had someone in the office. We had someone in the office on, I think it was like Thursday of last week, and he didn't even realize that Audrey was Audrey. He thought that someone new was working at the office, so that was pretty funny. He hadn't been back for about a year.
Yeah, and him and I were even talking like after that about just like how much I've changed and like how much I've grown as a person. And again, like all of that just started through getting healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we had some battles along the way. You know, I've been trying to guide Audrey, you know, throughout this process. I remember one time she was sort of like, hey, am I never going to have a Kai latte or some type of Starbucks drink?
Matcha latte ever again. And now, you guys, I don't even think about Starbucks. I haven't gotten Starbucks probably
But the great thing is you could now have that, and with your new muscle mass would burn the calories off in that drink.
Yeah.
So that's one of the benefits of getting in shape and adding lean mass is your metabolism speeds up, so your quality of life improves because you don't have to sweat having, you know, the periodic dessert or periodic sort of cheat. Although, you know, now you're focused on health, so you'd probably rather have protein than that Starbucks drink, right?
Definitely.
All right, so on a scale of 1 to 10, you know, how much was, you know, giving up the going out and getting healthy worth it?
A 10.
10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
100%, right?
Definitely.
I went through the same transformation. I remember, because we live in Miami, there is no good time to ever give up going out. You know, we always have all these different social events, so you're always thinking that you're going to miss out on something. And at the end of the day, if you take 5, 6, 10 months, a year to invest in yourself and get healthy, that time flies by so fast, and you wake up and you're a totally different person and healthier. So I did that transition 12 years ago when I first started using, testosterone and some other products, CJC 1295 and Ipamorelin, got in shape, and then I thought it was going to be temporary, and here we are 12 years later, and I'm the owner of Rewind, and it's fantastic, and I get to help our clients, and I get to help people like Audrey sort of hit their goals, and it's amazing. So the journey is definitely worth it, right?
Oh, yeah. Super worth it. I wouldn't take it back, change anything.
One last question for you. What are your future goals? Health-wise. I mean,
Yeah.
besides conquering the world,
Yeah.
health-wise, what's the current health goal?
I want to lose a little bit more body fat, really start to like get some abs showing, build a little bit more muscle, build the glutes, just keep working on my body. That's the main goal, and feeling good, taking care of myself.
Yeah, it's a process. It's about consistency. I like to tell our clients, excellence and health is all about doing a lot of small things really, really well each day. And, that is especially applicable to health. And so it's all about doing all the small little things right every single day.
Yeah.
And then you have much better health.
Yeah, I think like there's this huge saying going on right now, like all of the high maintenance things I do to stay low maintenance, and I feel like that was this health journey, like all the crazy things and like being like a lunatic about certain things just so now I can feel comfortable in my own skin and like maintain and feel good.
Yeah, so you mean before you used to have to do a lot of stuff to feel comfortable, and now you don't have to do anything to feel comfortable, right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Life improves dramatically when you start focusing on your health. Well, anyway, thank you for sharing our story. It's really amazing. I'll tell you, we might help with the products and guidance, but Audrey's the one who's responsible for doing all the heavy lifting. So all the credit in the world to you and your hard work and dedication and consistency.
Thank you. Shout out to you and shout out to Rewind, because it's a big part of it all.
And what would you tell anyone else out there that wants to transform like you've transformed? Easy, possible, because a lot of people are probably sitting out there thinking that it's not possible, but what would you say to them?
Exactly what you just said. Easy, possible, and get started. Like, don't make excuses. Get started. Don't say I'm going to start next Monday. Like, just go ahead and start and get to it, because you'll be happy that you did.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Any parting shots?
No, I think that's it.
All right, great. Listen, if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you the next episode.